I don't even remember what it's like to be in my comfort zone anymore because the Most High is using me as a vessel for His will more and more each day. The more that I actually do things that are in accordance to the highest possible spiritual good. And it's like the more I'm willing to be navigated, the more I'm willing to be submitted to Christ, the more blessings and truth that is revealed to me. Which, of course, makes sense in the long run, but it's one thing to see it and know it, but then it's another one to actually live it and feel the force of it all picking up more and more each day and developing this new sense of zest and direction and pursuit each day. And on semen retention, you will walk with God more deeply and live with an inner freedom that is very profound. It hasn't been until recently that I've understood more the actual depth of semen retention. And part of it was from a few different occurrences in my life. The first being letting go of some relationships recently and being okay with it, because understanding that, again, loving somebody harder doesn't really make the person change for the better all the time. You can love a narcissist and they're not going to change. You can love somebody that wants to change but doesn't want to put in the work. The best thing that you can do is to love from a distance. And really this is actually a sign that you're doing well in life, because you're genuinely wishing good for others. You're actually striving to be better. You're breathing. That's always good. You're eating good food, likely. And you have a quality sense of where you're going in life. That's really enough to make you a person that is doing well, I would say. But a lot of people don't want to do well. They want to get well without being well. And one thing is certain on this walk with Christ that I'm growing more and more clear with each day. It's that the devil wants to execute your soul. That's the reason for a lot of these temptations. That's the reason for a lot of these different kinds of forms of people wanting to distract you. Because Satan is a force of distraction. They want to distract you from your purpose. They want to distract you. The people that are under Satan anyway want to distract you, whether they're aware of this or not. But needless to say is that we are all communicating with ourselves. And what I mean by that is, on semen retention, whether you're a male or female practicing celibacy or anything like that, I genuinely think that you'll get to this point when you go long enough. It's that you are actually genuinely a consciousness in its pure form, participating in the act of being a human. You are watching yourself play a game, is what it comes down to. You are watching yourself play a game, and when you realize that you are watching yourself play a game, well, you've made it. You're there. Your spirit is intact. Your soul is intact. And that's something to behold. When people can feel your spirit and your energy flourishing around you, that's a beautiful thing. And one thing that I've learned again recently, within just the last week, something I realized is that the reason that you get so much attraction on retention is not just because your testosterone's up, which that is a byproduct, right? That is your cortisol goes down, your testosterone goes up, and you're just feeling more confident in your self-esteem. You're probably able to participate in social interactions with more ease. You don't have social anxiety. If you do have it or did have it before, excuse me. And now you are just the person that is able to walk into a room and melt the heart of anyone you look into the eyes of. And it's like even the demons sometimes will want to be at peace with you because they have no choice but to submit to the Most High's presence, because you are carrying the Most High. But what all of this really is in the attraction space is stability. It's discipline, but more so stability. Stability is a byproduct of discipline, right? But it is stability at the end of the day, because you're emotionally stable, you're stoic, you are not trying to get into anybody's pants. Like, you actually don't need that. You actually have better things to do with your life. And you are actually just living out your dreams to the best of your ability. What's not attractive about that? What's not to like? You can just sit there, calm, cool, stable as a rock. And the drier you are as the rock, as a man, the wetter the ocean of the woman is going to be, if you catch my drift. That's exactly what I think is going on. It's so true. It's like the less attention that you pay them and the more attention you pay to your own life and yourself, it's like they just go head over heels for you. But then you have the women that are trying to emasculate you or domesticate you. And sometimes they don't even know that they're doing this thing. But a lot of the times, a lot of these masculine women that don't think they're masculine are trying to emasculate the men that are on retention because they don't like seeing a man in his full form. It's like they have this weird jealousy and envy, but at the same time, the super attraction, because biologically they're attracted to it, but their mind gets in the way and their egos get in the way. And I'm not saying that to be derogatory. I'm just saying that's exactly a fact of what's happening. And sometimes the best you can do is just love from a distance. And gain and keep your integrity, because that's really what being a man is all about. This is another thing that I've learned on retention over the past week or so. You don't need anybody to teach you how to be masculine when you're on retention. It's going to come very naturally. It's going to come very naturally. And you can't really teach nature, right? Like, you can't teach nature. Nature just happens. And so, as you develop that more deep connection with God and grow closer to God, you're going to also understand that the deeper your connection is with God, the more inner freedom that you'll have to be who you really are. And women that are actually conscious, that are awakened, are going to be very attracted to that. Someone that is post-therapy, per se. Spiritual therapy. that is the kind of woman that's going to be attracted to that the most. And so this is also going back to getting out of your comfort zone and having an abundance mindset opposed to a scarcity mindset. What's the difference? What's more valuable? Well, what's more valuable? Person A, who has 3 sets of different honeys before him that he can choose from at the store. He can afford any of them, but he goes with the one that is the middle price, the one in between the most expensive and the least expensive. He likes that one. He can afford each of them, but he likes that one. And he goes back to that. He's loyal to that one. Or the guy, person B, let's say, who sees the 3 but can only afford, because of his life choices, he can only afford the cheapest option. He would like the most expensive, but he can only afford the cheapest one. Which person is more valuable? The one that can afford any of them but chooses the middle-priced one? Or the person that can only choose the one? Now, they both choose one single honey bottle every single time. But one, they have to choose over here. The other, they get to choose. So having that mindset of getting to choose is going to come naturally on semen retention. Because you'll see which people and which women in your life actually want to be there out of pure genuineness, of pure genuine connection, or out of using you and trying to manipulate you to get your energy, because they can't create that themselves. They don't know how. And that's somebody that you want in your life. Anybody, whether it's a business partner, whether that's a relationship partner, anything like that. You want people in your life that are capable, at least people in your circle, that are capable of being happy without you. And I always say to anybody that if they are not putting God first, I don't think you should be around them, period. That's just my opinion, though. With that being said, I hope this message was useful and insightful. Until next time, peace be with you.